Hello everybody, welcome to iExamB's Legal Beat. This is Amrita, your law faculty at iExamB. आज के इस वीडियो में हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 16 फ्रॉम द जुडिशरी मेंस आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस सीरीज दैट वी हैव स्टार्टेड एट लीगल बी. इसमें आपके काफ़ी सारे कंसेप्ट्स क्लियर होते हैं एज वी डिस्कस डिफरेंट मॉडल आंसर्स एंड ऑल्सो वी ट्राई टू डिस्कस द tips that you can keep with your self for writing different answers on different topics, how you have to start an answer, what important points you have to cover in each topic. ये सब आपको इस सीरीज के थ्रू बेनिफिट मिलता है. सो डोंट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब टू लीगल बी. अगर आपके कोई भी क्वेरीज हैं यू कैन राइट टू अस ऑन hello@iexamb.com या फिर आप इस वीडियो के कमेंट सेक्शन में भी पूछ सकते हैं. अगर आपको कोई आंसर की ज़रूरत है, कोई क्वेश्चन पर आंसर की ज़रूरत है, यू कैन ऑल्सो मेंशन दैट क्वेश्चन इन द comment section over here. We will surely try to bring an answer on the same. There is also one update about UGC NET law examination. Free mock tests are available, so you can immediately go and check it out at www.iexamb.com and attempt it. अगर आप इस एग्ज़ाम की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हैं तो फिर आप उस मॉक टेस्ट को अटेम्प्ट करके चेक कर सकते हैं दैट where basically you stand and what should be your next strategy. So it will definitely help you analyze, strategize and master this particular exam. So don't forget to visit the website and check out the mock test and surely try to attempt it. जुडिशरी मेंस आंसर राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस, ये एग्ज़ाम्स जुडिशरी एग्ज़ाम्स के साथ साथ दूसरे एग्ज़ाम्स के लिए भी बेनिफिशियल होगा. इसमें आपके काफ़ी सारे कंसेप्ट्स क्लियर हो जाते हैं जैसे मैंने आपको कहा. सो दिस इज़ अ वेरी गुड सीरीज. Question number 16. Whether right to receive Mehr and enjoyment of the property is transferable or heritable. Discuss with the help of Mehr BB's case. So this is talking about Mehr. Mehr के बारे में that is also known as Dower. ये हम लोगों ने पिछले वीडियो में डिस्कस किया था. अगर आपने वो वीडियो मिस कर दी है सो आप प्लेलिस्ट में जाकर बाकी सारे वीडियोस चेक कर सकते हैं इस सीरीज में. एंड Mehr is Dower which is covered under Muslim law and the enjoyment of this right and whether it is transferable or heritable and what are the cases. They have actually specified कि आपको मैना बीबी का केस डिस्कस करना है. So you should focus on the brief facts of this case and the law point in this particular case that has been discussed. इस केस पर आपने ज़्यादा फोकस करना है. अगर सपोज क्वेश्चन में ये केस का नाम नहीं दिया होता तो आप आपके हिसाब से और केसेस डिस्कस कर सकते थे. अभी भी कर सकते हैं बट आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू सम pointers that you will have to mention that here. Starting with general terms always in introduction. As per Islamic law, Mehr is a mandatory payment or gift that is given by husband to wife upon marriage. Now we can also add some points about the nature of Mehr. इसके लिए आप प्रीवियस आंसर भी रेफर कर सकते हैं जो मैंने आपको प्रीवियस वीडियो में दिया था. प्लेलिस्ट में ज़रूर चेक कीजिएगा. वहाँ से आपको Mehr से रिलेटेड बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन मीनिंग की काफ़ी सारे पॉइंट्स मिल जाएंगे. वो आप यहाँ पे एज इट इज़ ऐड कर सकते हैं. It is considered her exclusive property and serves as a form of financial security for the wife in case of divorce or the husband's death. Now here you can see that we are focusing on the property aspect of Mehr. That is property aspect. Why we are focusing on the property aspect over here? Reason being that it is asked in the question that whether it is transferable or inheritable. So इसीलिए हम लोग वर्ड्स को उसी हिसाब से चेंज करते हैं. आर यू ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट? फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटी तो है ही बट एक्सक्लूसिव प्रॉपर्टी माना गया है Mehr को जो एक वाइफ के पास होती है अगर सपोज उसके हस्बैंड की डेथ हो जाती है या उसका डिवोर्स हो जाता है तो. Dower ranks as a debt. Now this debt point we have discussed in the previous answer also that it is in the nature of an unsecured debt. Now that was the general question relating to what is Mehr or Dower. Here we are focusing on the property aspect more as we are talking about the transferable rights that are existing in Mehr for a Muslim woman. So according to that your answer should also change according to that and your angle of writing the answer should also change. Wife is entitled along with her other creditors to have it satisfied on the death of the husband out of the estate of her husband. If the widow has lawfully and without force and fraud obtained in lieu of her dower actual possession of the property of her deceased husband, then she is entitled to retain that possession as against other heirs and against other creditors of her husband until her dower is paid. So she will be getting the first preference. This is also very important point. Widow's right to possession, retain possession basically, of her husband's estate in lieu of her dower is a sort of compulsion to obtain speedy payment of dower, which is an unsecured debt. So generally the widow is going to go into the possession of the property of her husband, and that possession should be obtained peacefully without any force and fraud. Where she is not in possession or she has lost possession, then she cannot claim to obtain that because her right to retain is not in the nature of a charge on the property like mortgage, but a personal right. Now this is a very important point, that her right to retain dower out of that property will depend upon her possession. Because it is not a mortgage, it is an unsecured debt. It is not a mortgage or a charge is being created on that property. It is a personal right. अगर possession चला गया तो उसका personal right भी चला जाएगा उस property में से dower retain करने का. Mehr Bibi case is very relevant to be discussed at this juncture. After giving a brief introduction, you can go to the facts of Mehr Bibi case as well. Mehr Bibi versus Chaudhry Vakil Ahmed 1924 का case है ये. This is a very significant case to understand the legal principles on the topic of dower and also about the transferability, inheritability of Mehr rights and associated property. In this case, first, Privy Council had observed that possession of property once lawfully acquired by Muslim widow, then the right to retain it in lieu of dower until payment of dower is conferred upon her by the Muslim law. However, right of retention does not give her any title to the property, therefore she cannot alienate the property. Now this was the judgment by Privy Council, that she cannot alienate the property, but she is just having right to retain it. An appeal was filed against this Privy Council order before the High Court of Bombay in this case only, and this case is basically delivered by the High Court of Bombay. The appeal filed against widow of the deceased owner, that it was filed that she was in lawful possession under a claim to hold the same until the dower debt is satisfied. So obviously the creditors and all, they must have filed the appeal. So what are the brief facts? Basically, after death of Sheikhi Mainuddin, who is actually the husband of the widow, a considerable amount of litigation was set between the several people who were the creditors of that property or who were interested in that particular property. Then the widow of the above mentioned owner of the property, immediately on death of her husband, she took possession of that immovable property, and that was actually something which is she also claimed to register herself as the possessor. So the subject matter of the dispute is this only, that whether she is having such kind of right to retain the possession and transfer or inherit it. This is what is the law point in this case. So this case is the best actually to be discussed on this topic. So आप इसके थोड़े से brief facts बता सकते हैं. As उन्होंने case को mention किया है question में, तो आपको उसको बताना ही पड़ेगा basically. The court referred the case. In this case actually court has taken reference of another case, which is this. Muhammad Bebe Bachun versus Sheikh Hamid Hussain 1871 का case है ये. The facts of this case are also identical, so the court has taken reference of that. And in that case also there was a Mohammedan widow whose husband had died, and she was put in possession of her husband's estate as a co-heir and to secure her dower. So the dower is a very important right, as we can see that. Similarly, in this case also the Bombay High Court has upheld the judgment of Privy Council. The point in controversy, how it has been solved, it has been said that she was entitled to retain it until her dower debt was paid to the exclusion of the heirs of the deceased. This one line is making it very clear. I have actually shared the exact लाइन्स फ्रॉम द जजमेंट ऑल्सो ओवर हियर, बट इसको आप पैराफ्रेज करके अपने वर्ड्स में भी लिख सकते हैं एग्जाम में, क्योंकि इतना हम एज इट इज़ नहीं मेमोराइज कर सकते. वी कांट राइट द एग्जैक्ट स्टेटमेंट्स, बट फॉर योर रेफरेंस एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग आई हैव शेयर्ड इट ओवर हियर. यू कैन डाउनलोड दिस पीपीटी एंड कीप इट विद योर सेल्फ फॉर योर रेफरेंस एंड प्रैक्टिस. आप इस आंसर को जब भी प्रैक्टिस करेंगे आप इसको आपके वर्ड्स में पैराफ्रेज कर सकते हैं एंड एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं. Even in these answers you can write your own analysis also to beautify the answer further. Okay, so it was held that she was so entitled. This was held and upheld by the Bombay High Court. Sir Montague Smith mentioned that the claim of a Musammed Bibi Bahun to hold the property to satisfy her dower cannot be founded upon an original hypothecation of the estate for a dower. For such a right does not arise by Mohammedan law as a consequence of any gift or dower, nor was there any agreement entered on the part of husband to pledge his estate for the dower. But there is no such kind of hypothecation that is promised, but the appellant having obtained actual and lawful possession of the estates under a claim to hold them as heir and for her dower, their lordships are of the opinion that she is entitled to retain that possession until her dower is satisfied, and the respondents cannot recover possession unless that satisfaction has taken place. Now, are you understanding the point of this difference over here, that the widow and her husband, basically they are not having any hypothecation, so she will have that property or she will have her dower rights from that property only. But since she has actually retained the possession of that property, which is actually one of the security, so she is having the right to retain it. She is not having the right to claim specifically from that property, but अब वो possession में आ गई है, so she is having the right to retain that possession until her dower is getting satisfied. So what is her right? His right is to retain until her dower gets satisfied, and that time she will get priority over the other creditors. So this is the very crucial law point that has been discussed over here, and I hope everybody has clearly understood that now, because अगर आपको समझ में आया है तो ही आप आंसर्स में अच्छे से एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हैं. So this was all that I had to add in this particular answer. There is more scope, you can add many more points to it, and I would welcome your points and suggestions also in the comment section of this video. We can have a discussion on that, and don't forget to subscribe to Legal Bee for that purpose. You can also join our Telegram channels that are there for on particular purpose. We can have a discussion there as well. So don't forget to subscribe and prepare 50% faster for your examinations with iExamBee. Thank you everyone.